every single night. Like clockwork, it happens. 2:17 a.m. For exactly 60 seconds, the entire city is plunged into absolute darkness. No streetlights, no neon signs, no apartment windows, nothing. It's a phenomenon everyone knows about, but no one can explain. They call it the 60-second silence. For most people, it's just a weird urban quirk. But for me, it's different. I'm a late-night taxi driver, so I'm out on the streets when it happens, and I see what others don't. The first time I saw them, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. As the power cut out, faint glowing figures started to appear on the sidewalks, in the parks, in the middle of empty intersections. They weren't ghosts in the traditional sense. They were more like echoes made of soft, ethereal light. They'd just stand there or walk a few steps, sometimes gesturing to an unseen companion. Then, at 2:18 a.m., the lights would flicker back on and they'd be gone. Just gone. I started keeping a log, a map of where I saw them. I realized they always appeared in the same spots. I drove the same routes every night just to watch them. There was a woman in a long coat who always appeared near the old bridge, her hand outstretched as if she was dropping something. There was a group of kids playing on a corner where a playground used to be. It took me a while, but I eventually figured it out. I started digging into old city archives microfilms at the library, forgotten news articles. These glowing figures were replaying the final moments of people who died in forgotten tragedies. A fire at an old textile mill, a collapsed bridge from a century ago, a streetcar accident nobody remembers. The city had literally paved over its history, but for 1 minute every night, the past refused to stay buried. It became my obsession. I felt like I was the sole guardian of these lost memories. I knew their stories, their final seconds on Earth. I felt a connection to them, a responsibility. But last night, everything changed. I was parked at my usual spot, watching the figure of a man who always appeared by the old harbour, staring out at the water. The city went dark. The figure materialized, but this time, a cold dread washed over me. They had never acknowledged me before. They were just echoes, looped recordings. They couldn't be aware, but this one was. Its faint, shimmering face seemed to hold a desperate expression, and then a sound that wasn't a sound, more like a thought whispered directly into my mind. It was just one word, my name. He whispered my name. My heart was pounding in my chest. This changes everything. This wasn't just about remembering the past anymore. The past was now remembering me, as the figure started to drift, not fading. But moving away from the harbour and down a dark, unfamiliar alleyway, I knew I had a choice. Stay in my cab, wait for the lights to come back on, and try to forget what just happened. Or follow it. Follow it into the 60 seconds of darkness and find out what truth this city has been hiding. I put the car in drive. The truth, I realized, wasn't just something the city wasn't meant to remember. It was something it was desperately trying to keep forgotten, and I was about to find out why. Thanks for watching, and if you're intrigued by mysteries hidden in plain sight, make sure to subscribe for more.